Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm going to go over 5 mistakes I wish I had avoided when starting off on YouTube. And this is coming from someone who is making currently 6 figures on YouTube right now. So number 5 in this list is spending way too much time planning out my YouTube channel. So I spent a lot of time planning out my channel art. I spent a lot of time planning out my YouTube profile picture. I spent a lot of time worrying what was my description or about me on my YouTube channel was gonna say, but honestly, a lot of that can really be fine tweaked as you start posting on YouTube. You don't have to make sure that your channel art or your YouTube profile is completely set up right from the get-go. I think the reason why most people spend a lot of time planning out their YouTube channel is because they think that by planning out their YouTube channel, they're actually starting YouTube, which in a technical sense they are. But in my opinion, starting on YouTube doesn't start until you actually post your first video. So people who always want to, get started on YouTube and they've always had that desire, it's like, yeah, I'm going to become a YouTuber, I'm going to start posting my first video. They'll spend a lot of time working on their YouTube channel art, which a lot of the times most people don't even see until they're a lot more established. But the reason why they spend a lot of time on that, I think, is because inside their heads, they think they're starting on YouTube. But again, starting on YouTube doesn't start until you actually post your first video. Number 4 in this list is adding an intro video or taking too long to actually start your video. So on YouTube, there's this thing called retention time. And what retention time is that it gives you a percentage of how long someone watches your video. So a retention time or a watch time is what they call it, is how much of a video does someone watch. Out of a 10-minute video, your retention time might be 10%, which means that someone only watched 10% or 1 minute out of your 10-minute video. If you have a watch time or retention time of 30%, that means people on average are watching 30% or 3 minutes of your 10-minute video. Now, my point in bringing that up is that sometimes people make an intro video to their YouTube videos. I understand brandability, or you want to make the intro look all fancy and stuff, but let me give you an example. So if I'm searching on YouTube on a video regarding how to grow on YouTube and I click on a video, so that's good. I click on someone's video, but then they spend about 5 to 10 sentences talking about why I should be growing on YouTube, and they actually haven't technically started on the YouTube video yet. Then on top of that really long intro, they slap on a 15-second intro video on top of that intro. And so technically the video actually doesn't start until like a minute and 20 seconds. If I'm clicking on someone's video to teach me how to grow on YouTube and their video doesn't start until a minute and 20 seconds, that's really bad. Within that a minute and 20 seconds, there is a good chance that I'm gonna opt off, and most likely I will, because me personally, when I click on a video, I like getting straight to the point. There's a reason why I clicked on that video, and it's to gain information. So if I'm not gaining that information within the first 15 seconds, let's say, then we've got a problem. So my mistake in the beginning when I first started on YouTube is that I actually did create an intro video, and I noticed that my scriptwriters or me were writing about 5-sentence long intros, and technically the video wasn't starting until about a minute. And I noticed that there would be a humongous drop off in my retention or watch time of over 20% of people dropping out of the video, and that's due to people not getting what they wanted as soon as they click on my video. And I'm sure you would be the same in terms of if you click on a video and you're expecting to learn something, you would expect it to start rather soon, not a minute or a minute 30 into the video. So mistake number 4 is don't create an intro video for your videos. I think those are a waste of time. Those just pad the length of your video. Do get into the meat of your video of why viewers are clicking on your video as soon as possible. I would recommend at least within the first 30 seconds, actually start your video. So in my videos, I make it a rule of thumb that I only want to spend maybe 1 or 3 sentences introducing the video, and then I want to get straight into the video. So that's mistake number 4 I made. Now, mistake number 3 that I've made was expecting YouTube to be an overnight or over-month success. So my success from YouTube has come from a very long journey of struggles and failures. When I first started off on YouTube, I wanted to make ASMR videos like Zach Coy, and I thought it was a phenomenal idea. I've had the thought of, yeah, I can eat on camera. It didn't work out. I noticed that it wasn't too good for the diet, and the foods that Zach Coy was buying, it wasn't just a $1 cheeseburger from McDonald's. I mean, sometimes it would be, but that got oversaturated, and at the same time, McDonald's, it's not that healthy. So the thing with ASMR was that it wasn't the best route for me to take in terms of my health. I just thought it wasn't healthy at all. With that being said, that took about 3 months. I was spending about 3 months making ASMR videos, and then I went ahead and started making physical therapy school related videos. and that was about another 2 months. And then there was a long period of time where I just started making random finance or how to make money online videos. And there was just a whole year of me just not really finding what I actually liked until I came across a channel called Watch Mojo. So if you don't know what Watch Mojo is that they're basically a top 10 compilation type style channel where they post like top 10 saddest anime scenes, or they'll post top 10 scariest movies. Very generic, you don't have to show your face type style channels. And I noticed that in the beginning when I first started my YouTube journey, I was very uncomfortable on camera. I did not like talking on camera. I was afraid to show my face, and every time I'd edit my video, I noticed that looking at myself, it just didn't look good. But when I came across Watch Mojo and their style of channels, I began to watch a lot of videos on them and how their business model was able to run. And so that's what my model of YouTube eventually became, which is running a top 10 viral channel. And I run multiple, and that took about 6 months to finally get up and running in order to achieve like a good ROI on it. Currently, I'm making over $10,000 a month just from my YouTube channels. So with the 3 months in ASMR, 3 months in vlog type style videos, and then 6 months testing out top 10 style videos, it was definitely over 1 year of me actually trying out YouTube. But prior to that, I've always been learning about YouTube, and that was about an entire year of just learning videos of how to grow on YouTube, how to optimize titles, how to make a good video. So total of how long it took to me to actually become successful on YouTube to where I'm at now, which is making over $10,000 a month on YouTube, it took over 2 years. So for one, don't expect YouTube to be an overnight success, because it's not. You'll notice that when you see other successful channels, they'll have videos that are over a year old, and YouTube does take time. But at the same time, with it taking a while to grow on YouTube, all you need is one video to pop off on your channel in order to give it its own automated growth. All it takes is one video, literally just one video, to absolutely just kickstart your channel, and then you'll feel satisfied every time you post a new video. So number 3 was definitely thinking, my mindset was so focused on thinking I'd become successful on YouTube within the next 3 months, or I'd become successful on YouTube within 30 videos. A lot of factors come into play when people have that mindset. I mean, you have to have good quality content, you have to have good thumbnails and good titles. And so that leads me to my second mistake which I made, which was not focusing enough on thumbnails and titles. So in a lot of my mentorship calls, or a lot of forums that I participate in, or in Facebook groups, people are always asking, how do I optimize my YouTube videos correctly? And what I always tell them, or what I always reply, is that SEO on YouTube, it's really not that hard. But how everyone is explaining how to do SEO on YouTube, which is input your keyword in the title, input your keyword in the description, and input your keyword in the tags. Those 3 areas, if your keyword is in there, then you've got a pretty solid foundation in terms of how to optimize your YouTube videos. But what the main problem is that people usually neglect is not focusing enough on their thumbnails and titles. So if you're receiving a 2 to 3% click-through rate on your videos, that's the problem. And if you're achieving a 10% watch time on your videos, that's also the problem. It's not an SEO problem, because SEO is so simple on YouTube. All you have to do is put those keywords in those 3 areas and actually talk about your content and say the title of your video in your video. A lot of the times people are so focused on that when the actual problem is not creating a good enough title and not creating a good enough thumbnail. So if you're not spending enough time on your thumbnails and titles, which is what I did before I became successful, then that's the problem. It's not an SEO problem. It's usually a title and thumbnail problem. And in my viral video channels that I run, as soon as I started making thumbnails that gained over 10% click-through rate and over 40% watch time, that's when I noticed some really automated passive growth on my channels to the point where it's up to now. And so if you're not, again, it's not an SEO problem, focus more time on your titles and thumbnails. Now, the last mistake I made when I was first starting off on YouTube was worrying too much about the competition. So in my model of viral video channels, competition on YouTube doesn't really exist. Now, in a literal sense, yes, there's multiple videos competing for the top 10 spots on a search result on YouTube, but let me give you a breakdown of how my competition actually helps my videos. So when I create a video, let's say top 10 things LeBron James owns that are worth more than your life, a video like that, let's pretend I create it and on a brand new channel, and let's hypothetically say that it went viral. It got over 2 million views within the next 3 months. If I click on that video and I see where the traffic is coming from, I'm pretty sure that at least average on 70% of that traffic is coming from suggested views. And then on YouTube in your analytics, you're actually able to click on your suggested views to see what videos are suggesting your videos. So again, I have a video called Top 10 Things LeBron James Owns. And then when I click on suggested, I'm not going to be surprised that when I read the titles of videos that are suggesting my video, those videos are also going to be titled something along the lines of really expensive things LeBron James owns, or really expensive things that LeBron James kids own. So you see my point? The people who are making those types of videos are also quote unquote my competition. So technically my competition is helping me in terms of they're creating videos that are similar to mine, but they have no control over which videos their videos are suggesting. So they have no control over my video appearing in their suggested feed. They can't do anything about that. But what is happening though is that their videos are becoming successful and they're suggesting my videos, which people are clicking on. So in all, competition is there to help you. Don't be so scared of there being too much competition in whichever niche you choose. Competition, the goal with this YouTube game is that you want to appear in suggested, especially when you're first starting off. So once you appear in suggested of your competitors' videos, you'll just start growing automatically. And that's how I think about competition. And that's why I always tell people also is that don't worry about oversaturated topics. Go into the health niche if you wanted. Go teach people how to work out if you wanted. People say all the time that the weight loss niche is always oversaturated. But if you're an expert in weight loss, then my recommendation to you is to go into that niche. Don't worry about the competition. And that is all I have for this video, everyone. And if you're wondering how I actually do my model of YouTube, which includes making faceless videos for people to watch, check out my free training in the link in the description. It's completely free and jam-packed with information that can get those of you who are camera shy like me to get started on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.